Hey, what's up everybody? Knowledge coming at you again with another video. This is a video response to a video that Jaleel Ireland had done called Coonery of Music History. And I thought it was a good video, but when I was listening to it, I heard her and the other dude that was in the video. A lot of comments they were making are comments that a lot of, I think, African Americans make towards hip hop. And I understand some of the points, and then some of the points I feel like it's just misconstrued. And basically, I do agree with what they were saying. There is a lot of coonery in hip hop. As far as gangster music and everything, I feel like all stories have to be told. I think that a lot of times black folks, we box hip hop into this square box as if, okay, well, it can only be feel good music or it can only be political music. But that's not all we deal with. You have, black people who are in the streets and have experienced the street life. You have people who have been incarcerated because of, police brutality or injustice within law enforcement. You have all these different stories. So I feel like, the gangster hip hop artists, they need to tell their story. The little, college educated cast, they need to tell their story. The people who want to party, their story needs to be told. And then you have the political people who want to tell their story. So I think all that collectively is what you would consider hip hop. Hip hop is not just music, it's a culture. It's the way we dress, the way we talk. It's the way we walk. The music, the lifestyle. DJing. Hip hop is a culture. You can't really just box it into this small box and say it should be one thing. Now, one thing that I've said in previous videos that I feel like it irritates me about hip hop. Just somebody. Like I said before, I work in the music industry, and a lot of these artists that you see, I've either came across with them or I've worked with them, and I do my job. I have to take my biased opinion out of certain situations and do my job. Not saying I don't try to promote change or try to put different type of artists onto the mainstream audience or whatever, but at the end of the day, you have to do your job. It's just like, if you're a lawyer and you're a defense attorney, you might know this person is guilty, but your job is to defend them. So it's the same thing with any profession you go through. But one thing that it does irritate me is a lot of MCs or rappers, whatever you would call it. I see them glorify the gangster lifestyle. Now, if that's something you went through and that's your life story, and you was out there, selling illegal drugs or gang banging or whatever. Hey, that's part of your story. That's what music is about. It's about expressing yourself. But when I hear certain artists on a record saying, yeah, I slang 2 birds and I'm getting money and you can't do this and I'm rich and blah, 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 kind of glorifying the fact that you're on the streets and gang banging, it's like, it comes off as very ignorant to me. And, just like in the video that Jaleel Ireland, and they mentioned Rick Ross. And I've made videos on Rick Ross too because I feel like he's very fraudulent. Does the guy have great production? Absolutely. Has the guy marketed himself to the audience correctly? Absolutely. But the things he talks about in his records are false. This guy never lived that lifestyle. I'm not saying he didn't have little hustles or whatever, but he's basically bigging up and glorifying the gangster drug lifestyle. And I think what happens with that is when you have people like that who talk about the gangster lifestyle, talk about out there, slanging birds or whatever you doing that's illegal, and you're not talking about the consequences that come of that. You're not talking about how a lot of times when you commit murders, you wake up in the middle of the night in cold sweats. You're not talking about getting locked up. You're not talking about innocent bystanders that get killed doing the activity that you do every single day. You're not talking about the consequences that come with these type of actions, and that's why I think a lot of our rappers have to step the game up. You know, you can't glorify one thing because it sounds good on the record or it's marketable good to, you know, the white audience, excuse me, which remind you are the mass consumers of these rap albums. Black folks don't buy rap albums like they used to, so therefore whatever a lot of these artists or the record companies feel like is going to market well to white audience and it's going to be played in the club, that's what type of music is going to get pushed. So, you know, I think it's just it's part of us just, you know, taking back what we started and saying, okay, this is the type of music we want. You know, you're going to talk about the gangster stuff, you talk about it all. You know, don't talk about, you know, slanging birds and act like it's just a wonderful life and, you know, you have no worries, no troubles living that type of lifestyle. And, you know, and also in the video, you know, I heard you guys mentioning, you mentioned Tupac and how he will make, you know, a song like Dear Mama and turn around and make, you know, what, Ambitions of a Rider or any other thug life, like old boy was saying in the video. He would make like a very aggressive record, but then make, you know, a song about the struggle, and the same thing with Biggie. The thing about that is that goes back to what I'm saying about how people box in hip-hop. Music is very emotional. So one minute you might want to hear something that's like a feel-good record, you know, you can ride around in your car to. One minute you might want to hear a club banger, you know, you feel like getting turned up, you know, it's your birthday or something like that, you know, you want to feel good. One minute you might want to hear something political, something that stimulates your mind. Next minute you might want to hear a record like, you know, Dear Mama or Juicy, something that is very passionate and has, you know, thoughtful meaning behind it. So when we say artists can't convey both sides of the fence, I think that's incorrect, and that's really trying to box an artist into a small category. I don't feel like, you know, well, if you do political records, you can't talk about, you know, gangsta if you were around that and you seen it and you lived it. Or, you know, if you do club records, you can't turn around and actually talk about something of truth. You know, get into a political record or just talk about something of a struggle that was in your life. And I think a lot of times, you know, we like to box in certain artists if they can't step outside the zone and do a different type of record. You know, Chuck D was very political, but like I said, you don't want to hear Fight the Power, you know, if 9 times out of 10 you in the club. You know, I'm one of those rare hip-hop fans where, you know, I'll listen to Fight the Power or I'll listen to Poor Righteous Teachers while I'm at the gym, you know, or, you know, I'm in the car or whatever, you know, but everybody's ear is not like that. You know, if you go to the strip club, let's say, you know, you having fun, you know, with your boys or whatever, or hey, your homegirl, y'all hit the strip club, y'all trying to have some fun. Nobody is trying to hear, you know, Fight the Power or you know, some extreme cannabis lyricism type of record. You want to hear something that, you know, that's going to knock, got the 808 in the back, and, you know, something that just sounds good for whatever type of environment you're in. Same thing as, you know, if you're driving in your car, you might not want to hear, you know, a whole bunch of rah-rah, you know, Lil Jon shit. You might want to hear something smooth. You know, you might want to throw on, you know, some Nas, you know, some stuff from his It Was Written album, because he got a lot of smooth joints on there. You might want to hear Brainstorm by Wiz Khalifa. You might want to hear Sky's the Limit from Biggie. Something smooth, something you can ride to. So music is very emotional. So I don't think we should box it in as if you can't step out of your zone. What we do need to stop doing is supporting these artists who are frauds. These artists who glorify, you know, gangster mentality and don't talk about the outcomes to that and talk about the things that happen while you're living that type of lifestyle. Those are the things I think we need to correct, and we need to start calling these artists out, because, you know, it's been a big controversy for years whether hip-hop should be responsible, and there's part of me that say yes to a certain extent, and then there's a part of me that says no, because it is entertainment. At the end of the day, nobody goes after Warner Brothers, Sony Pictures, Lifetime movies for showing gangster movies. Nobody goes after them, but it seems like, you know, when you got young black brothers who are making money and talking about their lifestyle and getting paid off of it and being able to support their family, all of a sudden it's, you Negroes shouldn't be talking about that. You Negroes are promoting violence. And it's like, we don't get that. We don't put that same force and same anger and frustration onto movies, onto video games. A lot of y'all go out and buy Black Ops, you know, or Call of Duty, shooting up all kind of motherfuckers all through the game. I don't see anybody pointing the finger saying, you know, this is very violent. You shouldn't be playing this type of game. Nope. We sit there, we play the game, we have fun with our friends and our family. And on the game, it does say mature. Just like when you buy a record, it says parental advisory. That's letting you know that it might be some content on here that is not for someone who is under the age of 18. So I think, you know, we really just have to rethink things, and we have to stop boxing hip-hop in. But, you know, to Jalir Ireland and the young man that was in the video, y'all did a good job. Y'all said some truth. I just want to clear some things up because I had a slightly different point of view on it. But y'all let me know what y'all feel about hip-hop, you know, and some of the coonery, and do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you feel like hip-hop is just bad overall? You know, let me know. Hit me up. Give me your feedback. But, you know, we really you have to let artists be artists, but at the same time, call them out on the bullshit. But I'm out, y'all. Y'all comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Peace.